Some conservatives are calling on the federal government to stop funding PBS over woke content on the program for kids, including Sesame Street. Matt Schlapp, among the critics calling to defund the broadcaster, joins me now. Matt, it's not just that. We also have Big Bird touting the vaccine, stuff that you never really saw Sesame Street get into. Should taxpayers still be paying for PBS?
Of course not. This is ridiculous when you have literally hundreds of channels you can choose from. No offense to Fox, I'm not saying that's not the best one. But when you have hundreds of channels to choose from, why do we have to have a special station that doesn't have to, operate in the same way all the others do? It's time to go. And look, it's not just the fact that they're trying to bring race into Ernie and Bert, which I grew up watching. I'm older than you, but I grew up watching. And it wasn't ever about race. It was about learning lessons and learning to read and learning tolerance. And they want to inject race. And by the way, this whole question about gender into everything. One of the Muppet characters had a son, and the son wanted to be a daughter. And they won't stop with their push for woke politics.
It's the innocence of kids that's being attacked earlier and earlier. First it started in college, now it's on Sesame Street. Meantime, I want to get your thoughts on this. Republicans growing more confident about retaking Congress after the Virginia and New Jersey elections and, of course, after multiple rounds of blistering polls for the White House. But, Matt, what must the Republicans keep themselves from doing in order to not steal defeat from the jaws of victory with 11 months to go?
Well, what Republicans are doing behind the scenes is trying to determine what kind of agenda they have. We did the contract with America back in 1994, and they're very concerned that if they don't show the type of policies they'll put forth, that maybe they can blow it. And my advice to them is to remind them that Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, by that point, is going to be the president, and a Democrat will be in the White House. So it's not so much about the policies you put forward. It's the virtue of fighting and standing up for what we believe in. That is what the Republican Party has lacked previous to Donald Trump becoming the president. They've got to get that spirit, and they've got to stop these investigations. They've got to stop this politicized Department of Justice in the Biden administration that's sending out indictments for people who don't show up to Congress to testify about a commission that is unhistoric, uncongressional, un-American, and should end. They've got to stand up to the abuses coming from the Biden administration. That is what will spur them to win even more seats next year.
15 seconds before we have to go. A lot of Democratic retirements. Are there any possibilities that Republicans flip some of those seats?
Absolutely. One of the reasons, some of them are in very blue districts, and they're quitting because they know they're going to lose their gavels and lose their power. So what this is an indicator that even the Democrats know that they're not going to hold power. When Nancy Pelosi says she's not running again, you'll really know that they know they're not going to have any more power. So stay tuned.
11 months of the horse race to go. The horses are just kind of getting out of the starting gate. Matt Schlapp, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, sir.